But I could utilize some help and love from the community. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Morgan Renee, checking in with you all for um, a very transparent video. So in this video, I'm going to be very vulnerable. I ask that you all don't pity me, but I do ask that you have some compassion. So let me tell y'all what's been going on for the last 6 months. Um, some of you know I was in Costa Rica earlier this year from January to March. Then I came back to Greensboro briefly for a few weeks, and then from there I've been in Jacksonville, Florida. It is now September 19th, 2023. So from March to September, your girl has been homeless. Yes, I know. Unbelievable, shocking. And when I say homeless, I know some of you thinking, well, girl, you say you wanted to go off grid and live on the land. Yes, but this was not that. I was definitely off of a house. And it was all for the most part by choice, right? So I came to Florida to try to rekindle a love flame. They ended up dying out. We just had too many differences. And I don't want to trash the brother, but there was a lot of learning lessons for the both of us. We were definitely a mirror. Definitely was another cycle. I've been through this energetic spirit at least 3 times, and some of the things I was dealing with. Learned a lot about myself. Was challenged a lot. Was supported in some ways, and I feel like emotionally abused in other ways. There was just certain paths that we couldn't connect on and resonate with. And then there were a lot of things that they thought about me that just weren't true. And so he released me up and left me while we were, living outside together. So basically, we was camping out in places that were not necessarily a campground. Okay, not designated campgrounds. Um, and at one particular point, I'm gonna try to keep this brief and give y'all more details in deeper videos where I can get in my bag about my journey. But there was one spot that I stayed in. We stayed in for about maybe a month or two, and then we got a trespassing note in our tents, and so we relocated to another wooded area that was like behind some businesses where other I don't want to say legit homeless, but people that have like been doing this for some time, like that's their lifestyle type homeless, were already staying back there. So he and I were camping, and a multitude of things happened on this journey. I've had things stolen prior to getting a storage unit. Would leave things in the tent, come back, things be missing. At one point, the whole tent was missing. So it has been a journey. I have learned quite a bit about surviving in the wild. But I feel like I needed all of these experiences, right? So nonetheless, just being transparent about my journey, that's what's been going on. So when I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm not with this guy no more. I don't have to live like this, because most of me living like this was out of support for them. They were out here in school, had goals to accomplish, and so me being a woman that I am and was trying to be for them, like, I thug it out with you. Like, we got goals. We're gonna save a certain amount of money. We're gonna, get land and go on with our lives and start our lives together. And seeing as that's not gonna happen, what the hell I'm still out here for? So for a time, I was doing it after. So like we split in like June, early June. So for maybe about a month or two after, I was still doing it to like save my money. It's warm out here in Florida. The spot I was in, I wasn't having any issues. No trespassing signs was being left. I knew how to pack my stuff up and hide my tent and my tarp and my ropes. Um, and we'll get into all that later. I had some traumatizing experiences as well after he left, with having my stuff cut down, and so that's why I had to like start learning how to hide it properly. It's been a lot, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. My mental health has been affected tremendously. I have gone off the rocker with my eating plant based and all of that, because I just been emotionally eating. I've been stressed. I've been depressed. So I'm getting back to it, which is why I decided to do this video. I have not been wanting to tell y'all nothing. For one, because I didn't want a lot of naysayers or negative Nancy's or pity parties or people telling me come back home, even though I know I'm welcome. I know somebody would have made something work or shake for me. It's just things that I feel like I need to accomplish on my own. I'm really coming into myself. And it's just some things that I wanted to handle away from Greensboro, North Carolina, where I've always been, right? But nonetheless, I feel like I tell y'all everything else, and I have I'm elevating, so I gotta let y'all know about this part of the journey. So as I continue to grow, it ain't like we skipped a chapter, right? So nonetheless, I decided, yeah, okay, soon it's gonna be about time to like get a spot. So I am starting to search, but this is what motivated me, because I was kind of getting comfortable. And so one of the lessons I learned is you can't get comfortable in your discomfort. Okay, so yes, I'm not living in an ideal situation. I'm not on land where I can really practice off-grid living. I'm just in the woods because I don't have a place to stay. So it was one particular morning, y'all. I woke up a little later than I usually do in my tent, and I seen like some contract workers walking through the woods. Now I had already started peeping things. I started peeping different ties being put around different trees and dirt holes, popping up. So this man was walking toward me, and I was like, "What's going on? Y'all about to cut this down?" He was like, "Yeah, I don't know when, but soon they're gonna turn this into a storage unit and a parking lot." And I was like, "Oh." So in the midst of camping out, there's some days or weekends where I rent an Airbnb. At one point, I had met a sister who needed help watching her kids. So I'd stay at her house for a few days. Um, I'll be out of town. I met a local out here who's been very kind and genuine and compassionate to me. And so sometimes he'll have a space and I go be hanging out with him. So there were some days where I wasn't camping out. So this particular day, when the men walked up and was telling me they was about to cut it down, um, I was like, okay, so I'm getting my mind centered around, okay, this wooded area is about to be gone, and I'm not trying to still be out here. So with my ex, he lives a nomadic life. That's what he's about. He's hardly ever housed, so it's nothing for him to just find a new spot, go to a new city, start a new thing. Which is part of the inspiration for me leaving North Carolina. That he felt like I needed to get out of my city, and I kind of agree because I tried to do this in 2017 when I was going through another situation with another guy, but my car just broke down 2 weeks into the journey. So I came back and was just out there doing events, cooking vegan food, watching y'all kids. So, but I've been wanting to travel and leave the state. So he was an inspiration and motivation for me to do that. And I feel like that he served his purpose. So, anyways, the guy's telling me they're about to cut the woods down. I'm getting my mind adjusted to what that means because I don't want to find another wooded area. It's just that's just too much. So I'm starting to actively look for places, studio apartments. I am working. I'm still running my business on the side, and I'm just not having luck, y'all. All the studio apartments, rent is high, inflation is high. It's really real out here. A studio is like $950 without utilities included. Plus they charge it for water and trash. It's a lot. So I'm like thinking of the sacrifice I'm gonna have to make as far as maybe not coming home as often, picking up more hours, getting another job, doing something different so I can accrue more money. And it just started to get a little restless. I have some peers out here, one that I know from college that stay out here that reached out, another girl that I met at a camping event that lives out here. So I've been having some connections that have been, trying to look out and provide resources. So one of them was taking me around to like these different places that's supposed to assist with housing, and I'm having no luck, y'all. All the wait lists are full. You got to be 52 to live in some of them. I'm calling every place, they're not calling back. I didn't want to do this, but after talking to one of the locals, my homegirl was like, well, what about a shelter? And I was like, but I'm not staying in no shelter. I said, I got too much pride. She said, pride. And I'm like, yeah, because there's a homeless assistance center out here, right, that I first went to not for assistance, but to get mail because I had nowhere to get mail. And so just doing some research, this is a place where you can go take showers, get food, and get your mail. So when I found out that the post office do the same thing called general delivery, I stopped going there because just the energy, y'all, like, and I've worked with homeless people. The motivation behind my business, my crochet business starting is because I used to volunteer with homeless people in Greensboro at the IRC. So like I understand a lot of what they come in contact with and what they're going through and how a lot of them end up in those positions. But just the energy up there, y'all, and in Jacksonville in general, I get stared at, hollered at, hooted at a lot. So just going down there, it just felt like I was meat, and just seeing a lot of those folks in their situations. I did have some good conversations with some at points in time, but nonetheless, it's not a place that I want to frequent often. And I know in a shelter lifestyle, I'm probably going to be around some people recovering from drug addiction and different things, and it's just not an environment I want to place myself. I came out here to get a clear head, a peace of mind, so I'd rather stay in my tent somewhere alone than to be, in a situation where I have to be clocked on when I can come in and come out and worried about my stuff. So I just have not even thought about shelter. But because my situation was getting dire, They was about to cut down the woods. I had went, I think I had an Airbnb for a week or something or whatever. I came back. The woods is being chopped. So like it's go time. I gotta find a new location. So yeah, I'm getting a little discouraged. I even made a post asking like if I have to come back home, do anybody got me? And some people reached out, and I appreciate y'all. But I haven't been wanting to come back home, to be honest. I like the weather out here. I want to get some stuff situated and get back independent and on my own like I was in the 2015-16 era when I had my own apartment and my own car and was doing my own thing. And I know the reason why some of these things have been eluding me. These cycles and patterns that I'm putting myself through, I know why they've been eluding me. So nonetheless, yeah. Let's get to the testimony. I was having no luck, y'all, and then I found somebody on Facebook Marketplace who is renting a room out this house. Nobody else lives here right now. She got 3 rooms, and I'm the only one in here for now. A nice Haitian sister. Her family had to move out for whatever reasons, and they're renting rooms out of here. And she looked out for me and made sure that I was able to move in. A lot of people was doing first and last month rent, which I haven't been able to have because I've been booking Airbnbs and car rentals and Ubers and coming home and coming back. So like my money is coming in. Y'all know I'm a Capricorn. I'm getting to my bag, but it's all going back out. So one of my new good friends, one of the locals, the one that has been kind and considerate for me, fronted me the money to make sure I could at least get in here because I was really getting discouraged and down. And I was just about to check out. Like, what am I about to do? I had to find a new place to camp out at, and it was real. It was really, really real. So this is my testimony. Praise God, I am in a place now, but I could utilize some help and love from the community. I ain't gonna hold you. Any donations are appreciated. I still have to. I'm renting on a weekly basis, so instead of paying one lump sum, she's having me pay weekly, which I've never done before. I'd rather just pay monthly, but it is what it is. I'm grateful for her giving me some wiggle room to even get in here, right? So yeah, I need assistance with. I'm supposed to be coming back home next week to do a cooking event, so I got to get that rental on top of paying rent. On top of my personal assistant is no longer able to assist me in Greensboro anymore, so needing help with getting a second person in Greensboro that can assist me with holding some of my supplies and getting people their orders that are local. What else am I going through? Food, bus fare. It's a lot going on right now, and any donations are appreciated and welcome. And I just appreciate all the love and support thus far. Again, don't pity me. Have compassion. Keep me in your prayers. This has been an awesome journey. And like I said, I'll do some other videos getting more in depth in some of these lessons that I've learned and some of the things I've been going through. What it's been like transitioning from always being housed and always having transportation and always having a support system to going out on my own and being alone with one person and then being alone on my own while still networking and meeting awesome people in a new area, right? So again, thank y'all. My Cash App is Morama 1990. I'll have it on the video. I also take Zelle, Apple Pay. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all. This has been a journey, but I'm excited for where this is going to take me. I still want to have land to live off grid. I still want to travel, so I'm gonna stick it out here in Florida for a little bit. But now I got a space to garden and stuff now. Excuse that pool, that's not mine. I got a space to garden now. I got somewhere to be housed and not worry about where I'm gonna be at when I get off work. I got my crock pot and my toaster oven. They're getting the stove in here for me. So life is good. God is good. I'm grateful to have been covered and blessed throughout this whole journey. So shout out to God. But yes, again, I appreciate y'all, and I'll be checking in with y'all again real soon with more updates. Peace and love.